Hey YouTube, hi, it's Mark. Hey, this is Nixon Motorsports. This channel is all about motorsports, from racing to exotic cars and even simulators. Hey, today we're gonna have a fun day. This is exotic car day. We're gonna take our Porsche Cayman GTS out for a drive in town. So I thought I'd drag you guys along, let you experience it. Let's get with it, all right? Come on. Hey, so if you're new to this channel, we have a few exotic cars. We have a Ferrari 458 right here behind me. We have our Porsche Cayman right here that I'm going to show you. But let me just walk around and show you this car really quick if you haven't seen it. So this is the it's a 2015 Porsche Cayman GTS, and it's a beauty, actually. Had this thing for a few years now. We've never taken it on the track. It's just for fun. You can see the different lines on it. Nice brand new Pirelli P0s on the car. Now you can see a wing in the back. You know, that's not stock, of course. Right, so we added that. It was purely just for cosmetics. We think it gives it a nice little extra pop. But yeah, we love this car. It's a great little car. So that is the Cayman. Let's go take this thing out for a drive, all right? Hey YouTube, hey, it's Mark. Before I get into the video, I want to give you a few news items just to share with you. So the very first one, I'm excited. This is a bucket list item for me. I will be driving a modern Formula One race car May 25th next year, 2022. And you know, this is definitely a big bucket list item for me. And still working through some of the details, logistics on it and such. But this will be at the Paul Ricard racetrack in France. You know, it's a current test track for Formula One, and this will be with the Formula Renault F1 team. So they'll be supporting this. It'll be an all-day event. Anyway, I'm sharing this with you because you know, I'm excited about this, of course. I'll bring you along, so steps along the way as it gets closer, obviously to share as much as I can so you can see through my eyes and hear the experience itself, okay? Now, for those of you who've been watching this channel for some time, you know I race Formula race cars. I have for the last, gosh, 20 some odd years. And I currently still race a Formula 1000. The closest thing I've ever had to something like a Formula One, I had a couple champ cars a few years back. So I've had the experience of driving, 200 plus mile an hour Formula or open wheel race cars, but this will be fun. All right, so that's the first piece. A few weeks back, I gave you guys an update that we've put the deposit down for the new Lotus Emira in 2022. Spoke with Lotus just about a week ago. Really no update yet on that. It's still targeted the first half of next year before we'll see that car. And I just got to share this with you. So this, my wife claims this is her car. And so look, she's a motorhead freak as well. And so anyway, Jane's picked out all the the colors and the various features on the car and so on, so that's very cool. Another item to share, I do have a upcoming race. Actually, it's October 29th through 31st here just around the corner, so there'll be a double header race weekend that I'll have a few videos for you on. And the last thing is, I hope you'll enjoy this. So back to my racing experience over the last 20 years, right? All I've ever raced is Formula race cars, or what I refer to as open wheel. And these are high downforce, lightweight, low center of gravity, lots of downforce and so on. They have a unique driving experience. I've never raced sports cars
on a track. I don't intend to do that, but what I'm going to do, just for grins, for experience, I'm going to actually take a handful of exotic cars on various different racetracks just to experience what that's like. I'll create some videos for each of those and share with you guys, and talk about, you know, the differences for each of them, right? So currently I have lined up a Ferrari 458, a Ferrari 488, a Porsche GT3, a Lamborghini Huracan, and the last one is a Corvette, the new C8. So there'll be a handful of videos coming out on that. I think you'll enjoy that. That's it for the update. Let's get back to the video. All right, thank you. Bye. Okay, so I'm in the car. Let's go ahead and get this thing fired up, and it takes a minute to warm this thing up. So let's go ahead and do that. So if you haven't been in a Porsche Cayman, a little different than the 911, of course, right? This is a mid-engine car. You probably know that. The 911s are rear engine. So the balance is a bit different. We had a 911 for a while as well. One of the Cayman, or excuse me, the California, if I can say it. We had one of the 911s before. It was the Carrera T. But anyway, this is the Cayman. I love the stitching they do on these things. You know, very nice. And anyway, you can see the dash on this thing. Let's go ahead and back this thing out. Yeah, so before we get on the road here, just turn around, show you some of the interior in this car. Simple, right? Typical Porsche. If you've driven a Porsche, a lot of the controls are very, very, very similar. So not a lot of changes. This is a PDK version, so I do have my paddle shift here as well. Quite simple, easy to put in. You know, these are double clutch automatics, if you don't know that. So their shift time is extremely quick, so very, very cool. But anyway, that's it. Very simple, easy car. So let's get it on the road, see what it does. So yeah, this is a 2015 again, the Cayman GTS. Great little car. I think what I like about this car, two things actually come to mind. Well, three. So it looks great, but very light. You can tell, very you know, very nimble, really tight steering, a really solid feel from just a driver's point of view. You know, and the GTS too is a little tighter sprung than the non-GTS. So you can tell. I mean, the ride is I would say medium stiffness, if you will. I like it though. It sits nice and low to the ground, so center of gravity is quite low. Really nice car. I can see why pretty much every Porsche owner is a Porsche owner for life, because you know, the Porsche is actually, you know, it's hard to beat their performance and their driving. That's for sure. But anyway, just gonna head downtown here a little bit. Just drag you along so you can see what this thing's like. Now I do have a Sport and Sport Plus mode. If I go into Sport Plus mode, you're gonna have to use the paddle shifts on that thing. Yeah, and I love the normally aspirated motors too. These flat six engines they put in these things are awesome. I think this This car I think is around 360 some odd horse, I think, in that range. So I guess I should
240.
put this thing in Sports Plus mode, but finding a place where I can stick my foot in it around this area is somewhat of a problem. But here, I'll do that really quick. I'm not going to be able to get on it hard, but at least I can shift with the PDK and all that stuff. Yeah, so all you do, if you haven't driven a PDK Porsche, you just take the shifter, move it over into manual mode. Once I do that, then I can shift with the paddles, or I can actually use it, you know, like a sequential shifter. So you can use either or. I personally find that way cool. This reminds me of my old Champ car that I used to have. Sport Plus is the highest performance. Again, when you're shifting manually, you can shift it whatever red point you want. So I shifted way early. This thing rev limits, if I can talk, up to about 8,000. And anyway. So let's just pop in here, do a little coffee break. I do love the exhaust on these things, how they wrap up like that. It's way cool. Now, even though it's in PDK, when you're downshifting, or excuse me, when you're braking and slowing, you don't have to downshift. It will automatically do that for you, so it doesn't stall the engine. But you can obviously up and downshift at will. Yeah, these double clutch transmissions, these modern double clutch transmissions are pretty awesome, actually. They shift so quick. It would make it very difficult to do that. Now, sequential gearboxes, like in my race cars that I've had, especially when you have no lift shift, you know, all that technology wrapped around the sequential gearbox, those shift very quick too. Very, very quick, you know, in the millisecond range. But these double clutch automatics are something else.
Okay.
So the drive in Texas, this time of year, it can be a little humid, a little sticky, but lots of sun, so that's pretty cool. So that's it for putting around here for a minute. I think we'll stop, get a bite to eat, talk to the Italian chef at this restaurant, which is fantastic food, by the way, and we'll pick it up here in a minute and come back. Hey YouTube, hi. So we've been driving around in the Cayman around town. Had a coffee break, had a little bit of food, and stopped for a minute. I thought I would actually do a quick little walk around and show you the car. while we're outside, not in the garage. So let's go do that, okay? So let's pan around, just look at the car for a minute.
Again, this is the 2015 Porsche Cayman GTS. And nice car, great lines. Again, I think the wing does a nice little piece to it. Look, I know the GT4s have the wings on them. This is not a GT4, but give you a good idea what this looks like. All right, let's get back in it.
Well, that is the Cayman GTS, driving around town a little bit. I hope you enjoyed it. Short little video. Just wanted to share, you know, the drive experience with the Porsche Cayman itself. Great little car. If any of you are looking or thinking about a Cayman, you know, I gotta say, they're actually a great little car. A lot of Porsche drivers will track their cars. For myself, you know, we simply use them for our little joy runs, coffee, you know, dinner, that kind of thing. But anyway,
again, this is the Porsche Cayman, and I hope you enjoyed this video.
You know, to kind of wrap up, look, thank you for watching this channel. I sincerely appreciate it. We got a lot of cool stuff coming out over the next several weeks. So stay tuned, tell your friends. If you haven't subscribed, I have to say that, but of course, look, if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Again, that's it for today. Have a great one. Thank you. Ciao. Bye.